Welcome, one and all! We are back with another tier list, and this time I am here with not only X-Threads and Piffle, but also User 1 Campbell! Say hello, everybody!
Hello!
Hello, everyone! Welcome back!
Hey, Vsauce, Tony, sorry, Piffle. Where are your Nintendo characters? And it plays the Vine Boom, like the Vine Sauce riff.
Last time, we were here doing a tier list of which indie games we want on Death Battle, but this time, we're doing Nintendo characters. Specifically the ones that have not been on Death Battle yet, and currently I have almost 100 different characters from a bunch of different franchises.
This is gonna be immediately outdated because of Bowser Jr. right there.
What a joke!
I mean solo, as in solo episodes. Like, yeah, he's gonna be in Bowser's army, and so is King Boo and Kamek, frankly, but...
Oh my god, I am so glad I got only 5 hours of sleep to see Bowser Jr. first in the
I don't know why looking at him now, looking at his pose right now is making me laugh.
For those who didn't watch the previous video, we got Heck Yeah for those we would really like to see. Would Wants is for ones that we'd be thinking cool, but we're not like, oh yeah, we need this. Passing Interest is like, it'd be cool, but not the most interesting thing in the world. Don't Care is pretty self-explanatory. Fluff Off makes its grand return. And Morally Wrong for those that are just like, on a moral level, just like, no.
Starting off with Bowser Jr., this one.
Alright,
I'll go in order, you guys.
Alright, I'll go first. It's me first. This is gonna be a hot take, but I don't care about Bowser Jr. in Death Battle because, like, well, yeah, he has some cool stuff. He's got his paintbrush, he's got several cool mechs from Galaxy, like, maybe the Wonder Powers, even though he used them in a very lame fashion. But, like, aside from Bowser Jr.'s journey where he has an admittedly good character arc, he's just bratty Prince.
separating the character from a fighter, even if he has, like, amazing abilities. Morally wrong. Self-explanatory.
Morally wrong, but is it because he's a kid?
What the hell?
He's a child!
Yeah, he's a child.
That's actually kind of true. Wait.
At the same time, he's a child that took on, like, he's a child that has, like, so many mechs. He has a magic paintbrush, like, and Bowser clearly has no morals about putting his son in like multiple life or death situations. And Bowser Jr. is a fighter. He can fight. It doesn't matter if he's a kid. He has shown himself to be able to fight. Like, it's like
Shao Kahn putting Reiko in war.
I'm gonna be suing Bowser for child endangerment, Ben.
Okay, Piffle.
Okay, so I agree with both sides here. I think Bowser Jr. is a great fighter, but on the other hand, he's like still a child. Even Death Battle themselves, if you guys like, at the time of recording this, there's only like the 2 shorts of like Kamek and Bowser Jr. See Bowser Jr. short? He's just looking around like helplessly. The poor guy. I think I'm gonna give him the most credit here, actually, and just say like he can like you take his mechs and stuff aside. He can also just, or he's also just like has like moments where he's what's it called? Like kind of manipulated like the actual like wildlife to just work with him, like Gobblegut. The Mega Hammer is literally just like the Death Egg robot. I could say he'd go and Would Want for me.
Really?
Ooh. So it's a mix of Would Want, Passing Interest, Don't Care, and Morally Wrong.
I think the middle ground, a nice middle ground would be like there is interest to like what he can do. I don't think he's morally wrong just because he's a kid, because by that logic, Hat Kid would be like a morally wrong because like, oh, she's a child. Never mind the fact that she took on a literal ghost and a goddess of time and space. That's Mustache Girl, by the way.
Yeah, we're not putting Hat Kid in morally wrong.
It's like an alien. It kind of exists.
Yeah, but I think a nice middle ground would be Passing Interest, because from a character standpoint, there's not much to him, but as a fighter, there is something here. There's something here. Captain Toad!
Oh my god, my bone!
Daisy?
She did get some power-ups in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, so we know she can use those. And the sports games do give her, like, some kind of cool things she can do. And maybe you could do something in the Mario Party, but, like, I don't care. Like, I don't know who you would put her against other than Blaze, and that is just a one-sided slaughter fest. So I really don't think that's a good idea to put Daisy in. Daisy. I wouldn't say it's a fluff off because I don't hate Daisy. If she did get in and someone found a really good matchup for her, I wouldn't be mad. But I also wouldn't be that invested.
A bit of a don't care category.
Okay, Piffle, your 2 cents? Piff?
Alright, hold on. Hi, I'm Daisy.
Hey,
Anyways,
leave that to the editor.
Stop right there.
Okay. Let's move on to Kamek. Okay, so Kamek is... Kamek's an interesting one because on the one hand, he does have a fair amount of stuff you could do. Like there's a lot of stuff he does in like Yoshi's Island and a handful of the Mario games. Like there is enough to work off, but I don't find him that. It's a slightly less than Bowser Jr., where in the sense that he does have stuff that could be interesting, but I just don't really care about him as a character. Yeah, and like I feel like his upcoming role in like Bowser vs. Eggman is probably all you need, really. He can be support for Bowser, but like as a character on his own, he doesn't need like an episode.
I honestly think Death Battle could potentially find something that would work.
Mm-hmm.
It would be challenging, but it could work.
Alright, Campbell?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, I don't really have much of an opinion on this, to be honest.
For the viewer's sake, and for experts and Cam's sake, leading up to the Bowser versus Eggman fight, I don't care if this page is horribly, by the way. I have been arguing with Tony basically on if either Kamek or Metal Sonic win against each other, and I am very convinced that Kamek could whoop Metal Sonic into the ground.
And I'm positive that Metal Sonic can pummel Kamek into the dirt.
Plus, as his own individual fighter, he can Kamek can make duplicates of himself. He can teleport. He can use his magic to do. His magic doesn't really have a limit. He kind of just does it. I think he could work as his own fighter. I would want him.
All right, you know what? Considering all of us, since this is a group tier list, I personally wouldn't care, but there is admittedly something here with all of his abilities. So we'll put him in passing interest because. Of all the things he could do, but I don't know who you put him up against, but if someone can think of something, please leave it in the comments below.
Yeah, we'll just simply plant Kamek against Metal Overlord. Why don't you battle settle things fast and
Oh boy. Alright, King Boo. Specifically the version between it can be like a combined version of normal King Boo and Luigi's Mansion King Boo.
So I'm very, very aware that I keep bringing up Death Battle in this, but Infinite fans are rolling in their grave right now.
I would really like to see this guy. I like King Boo. I think he's a very cool one of the best villains in Mario, honestly, and I think he could really work in his own episode. The only problem is I just have no idea who you would put him against. I've seen 2 matchups for him with one is a Spectre Knight from Shovel Knight, which could be interesting, and the other is against a Gengar. A Gengar Pokemon.
I'd say I would want him.
I definitely do feel in a sense, that King Boo would definitely be able to hold his own quite well. A few matchups that I could definitely think of are definitely ones that bury themselves into the ghost type.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely considering, be obvious.
There's arguments that this guy could be a straight-up reality warper in Luigi's Mansion. Overall, as a character and as a fighter, I think the pros outweigh the cons to where I would want him. The only problem is, again, the inconsistency and who you would put him up against.
I heard some rumors that I totally have not made up that King Boo is going to be facing up against Marshadow in 2026.
Oh boy, Peach!
Keep that crown away from Bowser.
Petey Piranha!
What?
Certainly you remember Petey Piranha.
I know Petey Brana. It's just like,
What the hell is this?
come on, he's pathetic.
Okay, on the one hand, he's shown up a lot, and he's shown off some abilities.
You heard it here first, folks. Tony Sonic deflated like a balloon.
I do not care. I'm just gonna be honest. I do not care.
Yeah, simply put, I'm 100% on board with X-Threads on this. I do not care as well.
My 2 cents, Peter Brana is pathetic, dude. He just dies in every single game.
Maybe as a me and a Bowser's, he could show up in like Bowser vs. Eggman, but like
Rosalina.
Rosalina, aka the most overhyped character, Mario character in Versus.
What?
Oh, that's true.
Excuse me!
Wait, what?
I don't know. I would kind of want, kind of.
I'm going to kill.
Okay, hear me out. I said in Versus, as in like the Versus landscape and who she would fight. As a character, I like her. But as a fighter, what does she do outside of Smash Brothers?
I guess passing interest, cause it's kind of like the guys in like passing interest. I'm not gonna die over Rosalina getting an episode, but I think they could do something cool.
And the powers and abilities I see listed off are Blight, Force Fields, Telekinesis, Teleportation, Size Alteration, Telepathy, and Spin Attack. Some of these, however, I don't think would be all too useful in a battle, realistically speaking. I think at most, to me, she's a passing interest.
Can I also just add on the Luma army that she has?
I mean, what do the Lumas do?
The Luma's like the
Die.
The Lumas die!
It's like, I need to talk about this because I told Tony about this. It's really funny. I don't know if a lot of you know about this, but there is or a lot of the viewers know this, but there is a FNAF fan game called Playtime with Percy. God, it's so great. Please go play it. There was a death battle matchup that I saw while trying to look through like some images because I wanted to draw Pal of somebody putting Pal Percy against the Mimic.
Yeah, Piffle told me about this, and unfortunately I have to agree, because, like, as strong as the Mimic is shown to be in the books, like, he's shown to be, like, able to dismember people pretty easily, but, like, Pal can control any and all electronics in his area, and there's nothing stopping him from hacking the Mimic. Tangent aside, Rosalina by majority rules, even though I don't care, you guys see the interest, so, we'll put it in passing interest for majority rules. Waluigi! Waluigi number 1! Okay, so Waluigi. Now, this guy is interesting, because on the one hand, he's kind of in a similar boat with Daisy, where he doesn't have a lot outside of Mario Party and, like, Mario sports games, but there is some... I do think that Waluigi's personality is, like, really entertaining and make it really entertaining, and in fact, he actually has a really popular matchup that I actually want to talk about for a second. It is Waluigi versus Robbie Rotten from Lazy Town, if either of you have seen that show.
No, I know that show, and it's really funny.
Yeah, Waluigi versus Robbie Rotten, and like that's a popular one, and I would actually really like to see it just because I think it'd be funny. But the thing is, I want to say about one side of it is that there are some people who do not want to see the matchup purely because of Robbie Rotten's actor, Stefan Karl. See, Stefan Karl passed away not all that recently, and since Waluigi is most likely gonna win, like people have done the math, Waluigi most likely wins, they don't want to see Robbie Rotten die because it'll remind them of Stefan Karl. But the thing about that is, the argument with that is, they're not using Stefan Karl. They're using the fictional character of Robbie Rotten. And, like, even when they have used, like, real-life characters like Macho Man Randy Savage, they showed the utmost respect. So I think if they were to do Waluigi versus Robbie Rotten, they wouldn't provide any disrespect at all towards the Stefan Carl, let alone the character of Robbie Rotten.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm leaning towards somewhere the most passing interest, the least passing interest to the most don't care. Somewhere between those two.
Okay, Gino.
Oh God, I'm gonna offend so many people.
Personally, I have not played enough of Super Mario RPG to have an opinion, but like, I've never understood the hype around this guy. I don't know any of his abilities, so I'm just gonna leave it to you guys to decide this one.
Unfortunately, Tony, I'm also kind of with you on that.
I'm also very undecided on that.
Oh no! So
Okay, Pitbull's gonna offend the Super Mario RPG fandom, so go ahead.
Oh boy.
We're all in the like we don't really know anything about it. You guys did. Really? What does he do? What does he do? Why do people like him so much? He's a wooden puppet with a cape. Calm down.
Oh my god!
I think it has to do a lot with as much as like people rag on people for like saying, oh, you're just nostalgic, but like this character genuinely feels like the epitome of that notion. Like you like him because you grew up with him. Don't lie. That's the only reason. I mean, I don't hate him. I'm not vitriolically against him. And like he does show fighting prowess in Super Mario RPG, at least from the little bit I've played. So yeah, I think a solid and emphatic don't care is where we'll put him.
The dislike button is about to skyrocket any minute now. Anyways, Mallow.
Similar thoughts as Gino. I don't really care about this guy.
Yeah, but he's silly. He's sillier than Gino.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't really know anything about Mallow. The literally only thing is like to me, I kind of like him a little more than Gino. I'm sorry. I am basing this off of appearance mostly. They are silly. Look at him. Look at him go. He's Naruto running. He's having the happiest time of his life.
I kind of have to agree with you on that, Pitbull. So we put Mallow in Don't Care.
Yeah. As derpy and as silly as he looks, and I'm sure he's actually a pretty good character, in terms of like a need for him in Death Battle, there's not really much. Oh, and Tasma from Mario and Luigi Dream Team.
Oh my god.
Okay, I don't know if this is controversial, but I would honestly put this guy in Heck Yeah.
I can see that too.
Yeah, I can honestly.
Really menacing,
Oh, so we're all decided on that, Ben?
Yeah, you too?
Honestly,
Yeah,
I might just do that.
Okay, we have a first unanimous Heck Yeah.
This dude is menacing. Oh my god, have you seen him in Dream Team?
Of course.
He's a semi-final boss, but he's a semi-final boss for a reason. He wants to get rid of you before Bowser can.
And like he has a decent amount of matchups. Like I've seen, like I personally would like to see Freddy Krueger fight him because that's a very like, even though Freddy Krueger is darker, he's got like a similar motif of like being a nightmare. And like I've also heard people want him to fight Darkrai from Pokemon, which could be interesting as well. Cackletta.
And the crowd goes mild.
I have never seen the appeal of Calculetta, if I can be honest. She's always been just a fine milquetoast witch. I think the only notable thing about her is her really hard boss fight in the original Superstar Saga and Bowletta.
Bowletta needs to never exist, ever.
I might be really harsh, but I'm gonna go high F off.
Well, I don't think it's a high F off, but I do think it's somewhere in the more lower areas of don't care.
Please, Eggman, use the Time Eater and get Bowletta out of here. I never want to see that thing again. Please.
It's a bit of a coin toss, honestly.
Do you want to do an actual coin toss?
We can. Hang on, let me get a quarter. I have one nearby.
I have a coin.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a Sprigatito coin. Are we going heads? Heads we go don't care. Tails we go F off.
Okay.
Heads.
Tails.
It's Tails.
Yeah. Oh boy. Sorry, Cackletta fans, but she's going in fluff off.
Apple has fury.
Fluff for
Bowser fury.
Oh no.
Honestly, I like Fawful, and I like what he does in, like, the games. And he has a decent amount of stuff both in Superstar Saga and in Bowser's Inside Story. But, like, who would you have him fight?
Okay, Fawful, I love you. I think you're one of the funniest. I think you're one of the funniest aspects of the Mario and Luigi games. However, I am so sorry to do this to you. I just, it's only a passing interest to me.
Only. That's still higher than me and Tony went.
Buffalo, I know you're gonna have fury, but at least Cackletta will be able to see you from where she is. I'm sorry. I like him. He's funny. I just don't see it. I'm sorry.
I don't see it.
No. Like, I like him as a character. I like his boss fights. Fawful is a good character, but I just don't see the appeal of him in versus.
Paper Mario.
Honestly, I think that's a heck yeah.
Taking into account everything he's been in, especially Paper Jam, which basically confirms that this dude can hold his own even in a world not made of paper. He can go up against things that have flesh, and his attacks still have the same effect. Dude wins. I want him.
Alright, so yeah, okay, so majority rules, I agree. I honestly think that Paper Mario could be in heck yeah, thanks to Paper Jam.
Yeah, and like he has 3 matchups. Like, he has a bunch of different matchups, and while some of them aren't the best, there are some that I really like Paper Mario versus Epic Mickey, Paper Mario versus you from like the Cruel King and the Great Hero. I think that's what it's called. And there's also Paper Mario vs. Archie Sonic, which is more interesting than Mario vs. Sonic. Oh goody, we got Cow.
Oh, okay. Tony,
None of you got my joke? I said Count. Failed attempt at a joke aside, I do not care.
I'm sorry.
Honestly, I think in a sense, Count Black would honestly do pretty fine I think honestly Count Black would do pretty fine. I don't think he would be an F-off or don't care, but I definitely don't think he'd be higher than a passing interest.
Yeah.
So don't care, majority.
Yeah, like Piffle didn't care, I don't care, you don't care, but Camel's the only one with any interest, but fortunately majority rules, we go don't care. Dementio!
Doesn't matter.
This guy's fun. I think we would, if Dementio were to get on, they would take into account everything he does, like, normally, as well as his, like, final boss form at the end of the game. So, I think in that sense, I would like to see Dementio. I don't know who he would fight, but I would like to see him.
It's kind of like King Boo in a sense. I would really want to see him be in there, but it's just hard to think of a matchup.
Campbell, you here? We can't hear you.
Don't worry.
For goodness sake, my mic was turned off suddenly. But aside from me getting my Domino's pizza and garlic bread, when it comes to Dementio, Dementio would honestly be to me a would want.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of ride with you guys. I like goofy characters.
Yeah,
I like goofy evil characters.
Wanna guess this guy's name? How many of you know who this guy is?
I forgot the name.
I never seen. I don't think I've ever seen that guy in my life. Well, actually, I think I have.
Yeah, Dupless.
Yep.
The guy, aka the only instance in Mario where identity theft is committed.
I love identity theft, and I really think it should go in the place where it's deserved. F off.
Really?
Honestly, given how forgettable he is, I just think it's a waste of. I just think it's a waste of a character to put on Death Battle. I kind of agree.
All he does is identity theft. That's just jail time. You can put him in jail.
Yeah, and plus Shang Tsung already came to the show. This is just gonna be another. This is gonna be another. This is gonna be another character copycatting another.
In defeating the Shadow Queen, you destroyed her crown. Without it, you can't restart history. Yeah, no, honestly,
I know what that reference is, Cam, and it's a game that you've talked about in the past couple days.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm with you guys.
MK11.
Like, people remember Duplus's actions more like than Duplus as a character. Like, people remember his chapter in both good and bad ways. As a fighter in Death Battle, no. Oh boy, King Ali. You guys go first because I have something. I have some words for this guy. Mainly his only matchup.
F off.
Damn, cruel to the king already.
If you're gonna bring me in here in this tier list video, you have to expect chaos from the writer of chaos himself.
He has several abilities, and on his own, he might seem like a capable fighter, but he only has one matchup. One unbelievably popular matchup. And that is against Sage from Sonic the Hedgehog. And depending on what you give Sage, this can either be the most one-sided matchup or a slaughter fest. Argument for King Ali winning is I choose to not give Sage Supreme, which he pipetlets at the end of the game, and the argument for him losing is I choose to give Sage Supreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, as a character on his own, if you can get a better matchup for Ali, I'd have interest. Mr. L from Super Paper Mario. I got nothing to say. Like, he has some cool mechs, but like, he's just like, whatever to me. Here's my problem. Like, if you use Mr. L, inevitably you gotta use Paper Luigi too, since they're one and the same. But what has Paper Luigi done?
Are you seriously taking Paper Luigi into this ranking?
I mean, Mr. L and Paper Luigi are the same character. Okay, how about this? We'll do a low passing interest, but a high don't care.
Yeah, fair enough. Shadow Queen Peach? I think that is?
Just the Shadow Queen. Like the Shadow Queen from Thousand Year Door.
Oh, Shadow Queen, alright, overall. Alright, so...
I have nothing to say on this character either.
I'm kind of honestly in the same boat here. I'm honestly in the same tier as Mr. L, to be honest.
Yeah, the Shadow Queen is creepy during her boss fight, but like, who's really gonna, like, none of us are really interested in seeing an episode of Death Battle about her specifically. Okay, Sir Grove. The only reason I included this one is because there's one guy in my comments who is constantly saying, like, my favorite Death Battle matchup is Sir Grotus versus random character I forgot.
We are so sorry, person in the comment, if you ever see this, but honestly, F off.
Sorry, person in the comments who has their most wanted matchup involving this guy, but, like, we do not care.
We
Diddy Kong. Okay. So you know the DK Moon Punch in, like, Donkey Kong Country Returns? Like, at the end of the game where he punches the moon down to Earth, and then it gets shot back up into the sky? If you play the final boss as Diddy Kong, he actually headbutts the moon out of orbit. Like, he tries to fire off his jetpack, and it goes haywire, and it smashes his head into the moon and knocks him out.
I think that throughout the years of the Donkey Kong franchise, including with the Subspace Emissary in Brawl, Diddy Kong has definitely proven to be a very capable fighter on his own.
His peanut gun fires in spurts. If he shoots it, he's probably gonna die. On a real note, I agree with Cam. I like literally everything Cam said. Just like repeat that for me. That's
I guess.
Yeah.
King K. Rool.
Okay, he definitely works. I just don't care about him as much.
I already know my answer. Yeah, honestly, passing interest.
You know what? There is enough you can pull from, and there is something here. I don't care about him personally, but that's because I've never played any of the older Donkey Kong games. But, like, there is something here. How many of you recognize this guy?
That darn pig from Diddy Kong Racing, no!
Okay, one of us recognizes it. If none of you recognized it, I would... if none of you recognized it, I'll be like, oh come on, it's Whizpig. Surely you remember Whizpig from the hit game Diddy Kong Racing.
Can we just put him? Can we just put him in the blue tier and move on?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. My computer is lagging. I'm sorry. My computer was lagging a bunch. These are the champions from Breath of the Wild, like excluding Link, unless you want to count specifically Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom Link. But like, I didn't want to give all these guys their own tier because like they're just kind of there. So just the champions. Any one of them or all of them. What do you guys think?
Okay, so do the champions also include the ones from tiers?
No, because the champions and tiers are like their descendants.
Fair.
I feel like they have their own merits. Like you already have Sidon on here.
I mean, yeah, we do.
Sidon's
They have their merit. And like, if you include the divine beasts in them, then yeah. And between the DLC establishing just what they've done in the past, like there's the DLC which shows off what they implies what they've been able to do in the past. There's Age of Calamity, which gives them proper movesets, and we have their divine beasts. So there is definitely stuff you can work with for any one of the champions. But as my actual want for them, I mean, I'd be interested, but that's about it.
Honestly, would want.
I would want them to.
Oh no, another coin toss? Are you serious?
Okay, heads for would want, tails for passing interest.
Alright, I got this. By the way, I'm not rigging it. I'm not gonna rig any of this. I hope you guys know that.
Oh, we know.
Alright.
It's not. The coin itself is not proving my case right now because it just landed on heads.
Alright, well, I guess would want wins then.
Girahim, the guy from Skyward Sword.
Oh, I haven't played Skyward Sword.
I've played a little bit of it. I mean, I've seen his clips. He's kind of creepy. He has some decent stuff, but like, I think the lore surrounding him is more interesting than like him as a fighter.
I have heard of this guy, so, and from what I heard of him, he does have potential, but honestly, I personally wouldn't care that much.
Okay, so this is now another time I'm researching powers and abilities. So, he can strike with great precision, telegraph sword strikes with little effort, or catches foes' blades to pry it from their hands and throw it at them. He mostly fights with rapier-like sabers and short swords, either one of them or both, but he can use an enormous claymore when going all out.
Okay, so that's a decent amount of stuff. But like, what about your actual interest in seeing him?
I think because, see, here's the thing, I don't want to have just specifically towards the characters. I want to try to take into account to also research the abilities as much as I can. Like how we also talked about the powers and abilities of many of the other ones. So honestly, I think Girahim would honestly do pretty good. It just depends on how many battles he can win. So honestly, would want in a way.
Wow. Okay. Here's the thing. If we take into account what Campbell said and maybe do some stuff from like Hyrule Warriors, because he shows up in that game too, I think there is something here. I don't necessarily want him, but like there is interest. Okay, Sidon. This guy, I specifically included this guy last minute because he does have some stuff. He has like Age of Calamity, and he has like some fighting in Tears of the Kingdom. And what's more, Josh Scorcher, the YouTuber who is currently doing a fan-made death battle of Starfire vs. Blaze, which I'm really excited for, and I actually support it. And he has a matchup of his involving Sidon, and it's against Undyne from Undertale. And that's a pretty good matchup for Undyne.
Honestly, given what you said, I think there's a good chance. There's a good chance. I passing interest at most, but hey.
Not gonna lie, simply put, just 2 words, would want.
Okay, so I'm not only am I in agreement of that, my really only big exposure to Sidon was just like through Tears of the Kingdom and him being the internet's thirst trap during the Breath of the Wild days.
Anyway.
Don't remind me, please. I've already seen that one VTuber going crazy for crazy thirsting for him.
Aside from that, God, Sidon is such a good character. God, he has so many merits of actual personality. He's really kind and caring, but when the going gets tough, he locks the hell in. Also bear in mind that this man basically ran up on a threat that could literally just take his body over with gloom and then just slashes right through it with his trident, and he stood his ground.
Okay, honestly, with all that said, I'm convinced. I'll put him in Wood Want. Okay,
good.
Skull Kid.
I haven't played Majora's Mask. I'm sorry, internet. Please don't kill me. I haven't played the game yet.
I don't think we're gonna count Majora. Well, we're as a separate entity. We're like just counting Skull Kid as he's wearing. We could count Majora on his own, like to keep fighting even when he's used like a Skull Kid and up as a puppet. But like, I mean, I don't know what to think, honestly. I'm stumbling over my words right now. He's got a decent amount of stuff in like Majora's Mask, and he's in Hyrule Warriors. But like, I don't know.
I'm undecided.
Undecided.
I'm also undecided.
So
I think this is gonna go in a solid neutral territory with like don't care. Dingo! And guess what his only matchup is? Guess what his only matchup is?
What?
Waluigi! Don't ask me why, just Waluigi! Honestly, I don't put this guy in. Like I've never liked him. He has an annoying side quest in Wind Waker. He's just kind of there most of the time. So, like, no. I put it in Fluff Off.
Oh, so you actually want him in F off. All right, F. Yeah, he's going in F off.
Yeah, I agree. Fluff off.
I would like to make this statement that Tingle, and this is not a defense of him, by the way, this is just something I found out. I believe it was Tingle. It was either Tingle or Birdly. I don't know. But one of those two has a Japan exclusive dating game. I want you to know.
I am dying inside because you told me that, and that's tempting to. You know, just for that, I might put him in morally wrong. But
Do it.
okay.
You know what? Screw it.
Toon Link, I think?
Yeah, Toon Link. We're specifically taking into account the Toon Link variant. We are taking into account probably just Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, and maybe Minish Cap. I think it could be interesting to examine just this version of Link, because like previously they've used like just like a combined version of like every single Link that ever exists, that with like a Breath of the Wild paint. But like examining a specific version of Link, well, wouldn't be that interesting on its own, like for any other Link. But for Toon Link, he's very unique. He's got a very unique art style. He's got his own timeline in the Breath of the Wild timeline. So I think it could be
Honestly,
he also has equal abilities to Young Link, considering Smash.
You know what? I think that even though I've only played Wind Waker and didn't like it as much as others, I'm gonna put him in Wood Want.
well, there we go.
Yeah. I love this perspective. It looks like he's about to stab Sidon in the back.
Oh no! Okay, Vati from I think it's like Four Swords Adventure.
Oh.
I love this deafening silence of just going, ooh. Like, I don't think any of us care. I don't think any of us care.
Yeah,
It's a don't care, but it's hovering. It's a don't care, but it's hovering above F off.
I'm gonna pick him up and I'm gonna throw him like a baseball.
Alright, now it's time for Twilight. I mean Zant.
Yep, Zant from Twilight Princess. So, my opinion on Zant. He's one of my favorite villains. And while he doesn't do a whole lot in Twilight Princess, aside from his one boss fight, he's also in Hyrule Warriors. And that gives him a little bit of additional stuff. And I really like Zant as a character, but I think he would go in passing interest at best.
Honestly, yeah, passing interest, maybe. Yeah.
Passing interest make the most sense. So I think that
I'm about to throw my really insightful opinion into the hat. I haven't played the game.
Oh no, you haven't played my favorite Zelda game?
I want to play it. It has Dog Link. I want to see Dog Link.
Alright, so Dark Samus.
Yep, we're in the
man,
Metroid tier.
I know my answer already.
Okay.
where were you going?
Personally,
But first, I'll let Tony and X-Red say their piece.
Personally, I think Dark Samus is pretty cool. She only has 2 games, but like she's very creepy. She's got some cool abilities, and she had a matchup that I don't think is all that popular anymore. But like it was like Perfect Cell from Dragon Ball Z. So and like I had interest in that at one point. I don't have as much anymore, but Dark Samus as a character, I would go is bordering between would want and passing interest.
For me, heck yeah.
Really?
Because I thought you were gonna go lower.
No, because like, see, here's the thing. The reason why I say that is because there's a lot of Dark Samus when accounting to the Metroid Prime lore that could really fit well for a lot of really interesting matchups for Dark Samus to take on. Considering how she's a being of a Phazon and being a reincarnation of the organism Metroid Prime, and not only that, her abilities are and not only that, she also has a lot of interesting abilities like being able to create echoes of herself to distract enemies and increase her firepower while she regains energy.
She's got a lot of stuff, honestly. Like that, like honestly, that might bump up my opinion to would want. Honestly.
Yeah, honestly, same. That like that's badass material right there.
Mm-hmm. Pithel?
Yeah, I've totally played a Metroid game that's not just the first Metroid game. Yeah.
Okay,
Even
Ridley! My boy Ridley! One of my favorite villains ever. I absolutely want this guy, but I have no idea who to put him against.
I don't know anything about Metroid. I love Ridley.
The only matchup
Maybe
I've seen for him is like Rayquaza, and like, who is also on this list, by the way, but I don't find that very interesting aside from Dragon.
Oh, okay.
No, please. I'm just kidding.
Dude, Ridley is freaking ruthless. Oh my goodness. So not only is he becoming leader of the space pirates, but also due to the backstory of how he murdered Samus's parents.
Mm-hmm.
And in that sense, the fact that he keeps coming back time and time again after Samus keeps killing him, well, you know.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's an awesome character. I just really wish I had a good matchup for him.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate, but if you could give me a good Ridley matchup, absolutely going up there with that Jasmine Paper Mario. With heck yeah. Okay, this is the This is the SAX from Metroid Fusion.
Oh god. Tony, please do not bring me back those disturbing memories in Metroid Fusion.
I'm sorry, but they're the only other interesting Metroid character that's not like a one-off that gets like one boss fight.
I'm so glad that I don't have Metroid PTSD.
Okay, SAX. Passing interest, to be honest.
Yeah, like, I haven't played Metroid Fusion, but I've heard all the stories, I've seen its boss fight, and like, there is something here. Like, I genuinely think that for the time it was really creepy and a really good stalker, like a scripted enemy encounter. So, but like, I'm not head over heels for it, so I think a passing interest will be fine. And what about you, X-Red?
Yeah, I agree. I think passing interest is fitting.